Shiva Maha Purana. The methods of worshipping Shiva. On the request of the sages, Sutta retold the preaching, which had been narrated by Brahma, to Narada. Describing the method of Shiva worship, he says, a devotee should get up early in the morning, and contemplate on Shiva, who gives benediction. After that, he should finish his daily routine work, and perform rituals like Sandhya and Vandana etc. After that, he should worship Shivalinga, according to Vedic rites like Panchapakar, Shadashapakar etc. He should also perform Abhisheka with various offerings. At last, they should beg pardon for his sins. Once, Brahma went to Kshasagar, the abode of Vishnu, accompanied by the deities, and asked to Lord Vishnu how a man could be liberated from his sorrows. Lord Vishnu told them that this objective could be met by worshipping Shivalinga. All the deities then prayed to Lord Shiva, who after becoming pleased instructed Vishwakarma to construct a Shivalinga for them. Vishwakarma then made a Shivalinga for Kubera, a Shivalinga of yellow diamond for Dharmaraj, a Shivalinga of dark-colored diamond for Varuna, a Shivalinga of Indranil diamond for Vishnu, and a golden Shivalinga for Brahma. Similarly, Vishwadeva was given a Shivalinga made up of silver, the Ashwini Kumars were given Shivalinga made up of bronze, Lakshmi was given a Shivalinga made up of crystal, Sphatik, sun god was given a Shivalinga made of copper, and the moon was given a Shivalinga made of pearl. Brahma has described the following methods for the worship of Shivalinga. After performing the rituals like Ajaman and Pranayama, a devotee should apply a tripanda on his forehead and wear a rudraksha on his body. After the study of Shantipath and the performance of Devata Namaskar, he should make a resolution, if he has any wish to be fulfilled. Then the worship of Shivalinga should be done, with the help of Mahamustavan, and offering flowers to the Shivalinga. The purity of the mantras should be maintained while chanting them. It has been mentioned in the Shiva Purana that, making offerings in the form of lotus, Shetapatra, Shankapushpi, the leaves of wood apple tree, helps a man in attaining wealth and prosperity. For becoming free from disease, 50 lotus flowers should be offered to the Shivalinga. Mrityunjay Japa should be chanted for 5 lakh times, for all types of accomplishment. 1 lakh datura fruits should be offered for long life, worldly pleasure, as well as for attaining salvation. The origin of Kailash and Vaikuntha. Brahma revealed to Narada how the process of creation commenced. After Lord Shiva vanished from our sight, I transformed myself into the appearance of a swan, and Vishnu transformed his appearance into that of a boar, with the purpose of commencing the process of creation. First of all, I created the water. I poured a palmful of water into it, and an egg manifested, which consisted of all the 24 elements. This egg was enormous in size, which confused me. I did penance for 12 years. Vishnu appeared before me. I requested him to bring that egg to consciousness. Vishnu entered into that egg. As a result of this, Kailash mountain, and all the 7 worlds, came into existence. After that, the static living things were created, which symbolize the dark quality, tamasguna. After that I created 4-footed animals like cows and ox etc. In spite of these creations, I was not satisfied, so I again went into meditation. As a result, the deities were created which symbolized the virtuous quality, sattvaguna. Once again I meditated, and the human species came into existence, which symbolized the medium quality, rajasguna. With the permission of Lord Shiva, I then created spirits like ghosts etc. After that I created my 5 Manasputras, Sanak, Sanadhan etc. But they were so ascetic and detached from the world that, They show their disinclination in contributing in the process of creation. This made me angry, tears rolled down from my eyes. With the permission of Vishnu, I did a tremendous penance, to have a darshan of Lord Shiva. The emergence of Rudravita and creation. Brahma told Narada. When I accomplished my penance, Lord Shiva manifested in his incarnation of Rudra from in between the eyebrows. Half of his body resembled a woman, Ardhanarishwar. I requested him to help me in my creational activities. Rudra created his hosts, Rudragana, who resembled like him. I requested him to create the mortals, to which he laughed and said that he liberated mortals from their sorrow, so how could he fasten them with bondages? Rudra requested me to create the mortals, and then he vanished. Preaching Narada on the essence of Shivatattva, Brahma said, with the permission of Shiva, I created the 5 basic elements, from which the matter is made, and also all types of arts. I also created the time. Despite all these creations, I was not satisfied. I created sage Mariji from my eyes, sage Bhrigu from my heart, sage Anjira from my head, sage Pulaha from my Vinvayu, sage Pulatsya from my Audanvayu, sage Vashishta from my Samanfsayu, sage Krata from my Apsanvasu, sage Atri from my ear, Daksha Prajapati from my vital air. You, Narada, manifested from my lap. Sage Kadam and Dharma, manifested from my shadow. Then I divided my body into 2 parts, and from each of the 2 parts, Manu and Shetarupa manifested respectively. Both of them got married, and in this way commenced the conjugal creation. Priyavaratu and Uttanapad were the 2 sons born to them. Shetarupa also gave birth to 3 daughters whose names were Akuti, Devahuti and Prasuti. Sage Ruchi was married to Akuti, Sage Kadam was married to Devahuti and Daksha Prajapati was married to Prasuti. Sage Yagya and Dakshaina were born to Sage Ruchi and Akuti. Numerous daughters were born to Sage Kadam and Devahuti. Similarly 24 daughters were born to Daksha and Prasuti. Daksha married 13 of his deities to Dharma. The rest of his daughters were married to sages like Pulasya etc. All the 3 worlds are inhabited by the progenies of these sages. The same Daksha Prajapati had 60 daughters, in another kalpa, who were married to sages like Kashyapa, etc. In this kalpa, Sati was one of his daughters, who was married to Lord Shiva. Sati being distressed by the disrespect shown by her father, Daksha, to her husband, Shiva, had given up her life, by jumping into the sacrificial fire. In her next birth she was born, as Parvati and was again married to Shiva. This way, I created this world, with the permission of Shiva. Gananahi, the Brahman's son. Narada asked to Lord Brahma, when did Lord Shiva make Kailash as his abode and what was the reason of friendship between Shiva and Kupara? Brahma narrated the following story. There used to live a Brahman by the name Yajajut in Kampaliyanagar, who was proficient in the performance of some yajna. He had a son named Gananahi. Though he was a scholar, he was irreligious and kept bad company. He used to indulge in evil activities like gambling. His father, Yajajut, was unaware of his evil activities. Whenever he asked his wife about Gananahi's habits and conduct, his wife used to tell lies, and praised the conduct of Ganami. Thus Ganami's condition became worse, day by day. Yajajut married Gananahi with a girl, belonging to a well-to-do family. But his habits had not changed. His mother tried her best to make him understand, but it was of no avail. One day Yajajut saw a gambler wearing his ring. He asked the gambler about that ring. The gambler told him that his son, Gananahi, had lost it to him in the gamble. He also informed him that he had also lost numerous ornaments and other properties in the gamble. Yagya became very angry. He married another woman after abandoning his wife and son. When Ganadi came to know about his father's second marriage, he moved to another place, cursing his fate. He kept on walking till he became tired. He sat under a tree and started thinking about his further course of action. He was full of remorse and he repented for his past actions. As his mind was engrossed in such kind of thoughts, he saw some villagers going towards a temple. They were carrying prasad in their hands. Since Gananahi was hungry, he followed them, and after reaching the temple, he sat at the main gate of the temple. During the night, after the accomplishment of the pujan, the devotees went to sleep. Gananahi entered the premise and went to sleep. The flame of the lamp was gradually becoming dim, as the result of which he could not see properly. He tore some pieces of cloth he was wearing and made a thick wick and put it in the lamp. Now the light was sufficient to enable him to see whatever had been offered to the deity. He carried as much fruits and other eatables as possible, and tried to sneak out from the temple. Unfortunately, he dashed against a devotee, who woke up and chased him shouting, "Thief, thief!" Hearing his cries, all the other devotees woke up and caught Gananahi. He was given such a nice thrashing that proved to be fatal, and as a result Gananahi died. The immediates arrived to take his soul to Yamloka. But right then, the Shivagarnas arrived, and prevented the Yamadutas from carrying his soul. They informed the Yamadutas that Gananahi was entitled for Shivaloka, as he had devoutly observed the Shivaratri fast, had listened to the tales of Shiva and lighted up the lamp which was about to go off. The Shivagarnas also informed the Yamadutas that, in his next birth, Gananahi would become the king of Kalinga. In this way Gananahi attained to Shivaloka. In his next birth he was born as a son of King Arindam, the king of Kalinga. He was named as Dhamma. When he was still young, his father Arindam died, so Dhamma succeeded him as the king of Kalinga. He renovated all the Shiva temple, which came under his jurisdiction, and passed a decree which made the worship of Lord Shiva compulsory for all the subjects. By the blessings of Lord Shiva, he became the king of Alakapuri and was known as Kubera. During the Padmakalpa, sage Vishrawa was born to sage Pulastya, the Manasputra of Lord Brahma. Vishrawa's son, Vishrawan, ruled over Alakapuri for a long time. This city was constructed by the deity Vishwakarma. Vishrawan was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. During the Kalpa named Megahan, Gananahi did a tremendous penance for 10 lakh years. As a result of this penance, his body was reduced to skeleton. Lord Shiva became very pleased with him and appeared before him, accompanied by his consort Parvati. He told Gananahi to ask for any boon, which will be fulfilled. When Gananahi heard Shiva's voice, he opened his eyes, but his eyes were dazzled by the sheer radiance of Lord Shiva. He requested Shiva to restore the power of sight in his eyes. Shiva blessed him, as a result of which he was now able to see the divine sight of Lord Shiva. But he became jealous of a Maha, who was present by the side of Shiva. He was wondering as to who was this lady, dearer to Shiva than him. He glanced cruelly towards her. As a result of this, his left eye lost the power of sight. Parvati asked Lord Shiva as to why was this sage, Gananahi, looking cruelly towards her. Shiva replied, "He is none other than your son. He is looking at you in astonishment, as he is bewildered at the feats achieved with your penance." Lord Shiva then blessed Gananahi to become the king of the kings. He also assured him that he will always be present in the vicinity of Alakapuri. After being blessed by Shiva, Gananahi also made salutations to Parvati. Parvati said, "You have looked at me angrily, your hatred and enmity towards me was clearly visible. For this reason you will be known as Kupara." After blessing, Gananahi was led by both Shiva and Parvati to a place called Vishwakarma. Kailash mountain was situated near Alakapuri,